Damn, PJ Enrique out here with his lifted CRV, dude. He just bought this thing and look at all the stuff he's done to it. Got the bumpers painted, got the wheels, got the lift. He did the rider line underneath, all the surf bar, Nerf bars. Dude. That's crazy. Got a gang of S2000s out here.
There's hella S2000s out here.
A lot of S2000s. Get this quick little lineup right here.
That is a water flame. That's a water little skis on. Yeah. I think so.
It looks good though. What in tarnations?
Okay, unlock it and then like 30 minutes later here.
What up, Chris?
Because I did my steering right.
Yeah, Rowell's car. Guys, so I came out here today at the ham meet. This is the Honda Acura morning, and I've never been here before. There was a lot of sick cars out here, and literally I've only been through half the freaking parking lot, and I was like trying my best to get all the way over there to the table to pick up some merch. But Sai literally walked all the way over here and be like, yo, this is literally our last merch, man, and here you go. So I appreciate this a lot, man. This is pretty cool. This is my first time here. I mean, it wasn't bad of a drive, but you know, it was nice to check out some of these cars, and hopefully I get over there because there's a lot of cars I've seen over there that was pretty badass that
Some of them are leaving though, so you gotta make your way.
What time is it, man?
It's almost 11, yeah.
Oh, it's almost 11, so I guess we're gonna start walking then.
I'm gonna tell you right now, we only make 30 of each. So you're never gonna see
Of color?
No, of style.
Of style.
So
oh.
it's a different shirt.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. So that's the last two.
I love that.
How often is this?
Right now it's once a month. We're gonna have the next
once a
one
month,
coming
okay.
up August 6th.
August 6th.
Details are gonna
I'll
be
probably be
coming
back
soon.
out here, bro.
Okay, for
I'll
sure.
probably hopefully cop some more shirt from you guys, and I appreciate this a lot for sure, man.
Gotcha.
Hey, I'll see you over there, man. I'll probably walk around, check out some cars still.
All right, man.
For sure. Hell yeah.
Still not in perfect condition, you know. This thing I kind of screwed up right here, but you know. Little bicycle straighter valve. on
Bro, look at that right there, Herb. That's cool. Hell yeah. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a really chill day for me. I don't really have much planned because the weekend is just really days that I kick my leg up, but I just want to be here in the garage. So in the earlier clips you guys saw, we went out to the ham meet out in Dublin, California, and ham stands for Honda Acura Mornings. Never been there before, but I've seen a lot of my friends attend it, and I figured I need to get out a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I woke up early. The homie Richard was like, yo, you gonna be out there? I'm like, all right, say less. So I went to the ham meet yesterday. It was freaking awesome, and shout out to Sai and Jerry for hosting this meet, and it is once a month. Today's kind of windy, so sorry for the background noises and the creaky door over there, but what had happened was I had warmed up Blueberry to take it to the meet, and it's probably going to be the furthest drive that I've done in Blueberry. So I was like, okay, you know, warm up the car and let's get mobbing. So as I was driving, I got onto the freeway, and then I realized all that smoke that I've been seeing, it's coming out of Blueberry. It was smoking like a freight train. I decided to turn the car around, bring it home, and then I grabbed the KRX and continued my voyage up north to that ham meet. So I pulled up, went around the parking lot with the car, then I parked it far away, and then obviously I went and hung out with a bunch of friends, met some new faces, and checked out a lot of sick whips. Shout out to Sai for the gift, t-shirt, and all the slap stickers. Most definitely will be out there next time. Now you guys are probably wondering why the car is smoking. The car is smoking because I failed to listen to you guys when I used the K24A2 engine in Project Blueberry. It came from the junkyard, super sludged up. It was super mudded up. I rebuilt the cylinder head, but I didn't touch the bottom end. A lot of you guys commented saying that I should have built the bottom end, otherwise that thing's gonna smoke like a train. Now I was like, benefit of the doubt. You know, I've had a lot of good runs with junkyards. I've never actually had one that had sludge in it, but this one did. And after 18 pounds of boost and driving it almost every freaking day, it's starting to show. So this means I'm not going to drive Blueberry around as often anymore because I don't want to be that freight train. What's going to happen here is, if you guys remembered, I had bought a great deal on a K24A2 engine, super low mileage, about 60K, engine super clean, and the homie Jose hooked me up with a whole bunch of other stuff with the bundle. So I have been saving this engine for, I don't know, it's the backup engine, right? So I think what I'm going to do is, I hate to say it, but Blueberry's engine is going to come back out. I'm gonna go get this engine from the storage. I'm gonna prep it for Blueberry, and then I'm gonna mate it with the 5-speed transmission that we picked up from the junkyard recently, and we're gonna pretty much set up a whole new engine for Blueberry, and then return back to the dyno and hope and pray that the VTEC will work this time around, and pretty much retune the car, and hopefully we can get into the high cam and make some more numbers than the 370 that it currently makes. We'll get more into details with it when we start working on Blueberry. Again, I was kind of sitting out here all day just like scratching my head with this one with the car, and you know, I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, like I mentioned, today's gonna be a really chill day for me. I'm not really planning to do much, but I think I'm gonna work on the giveaway car just a smidge, because I remember when I put the wastegate onto the car, I don't think I put a spring in it. So what I wanna do is, I wanna pull off the front bumper, the intercooler, get to the wastegate because it's really tight knit down there, and check to see if it has a spring in it. If it doesn't, we'll put one on. If it does, then we'll secure everything there, run all the lines and everything we need to, and then we'll put the entire front end back on the car. Let's get to work. See, this is why it's important for me to double check this, because this vacuum port is on the wrong slot. Because we're not running a boost controller on here, this needs to be plugged into the bottom of the gate and the top should be open. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull off this wastegate to see if I have a spring in it, because I don't remember if I installed one or not. Oh wait, there is a spring in here. Huh. Let's see what spring is in it. Sheesh. Welded this thing up like 3 years ago, and I haven't really gotten any better since then. I welded this thing up in 2021, and my goodness, the inconsistency and all that nice sugar coating inside there. Sheesh. Okay, I have no idea what color spring this is or what PSI this spring is as well. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but with the white CRX, we're not going to be turning it up super hardcore. We're not trying to make 1,000 horsepower or anything like that. I want to tune this car where it is tuned and it is safe. And then whoever gets the car, it's really up to you to turn it up or not. So this spring might just work out because it feels really soft, but I don't know where it's at, because I don't want to put a boost controller on and I don't want to tune it where it's like 4 PSI, you know what I mean? So I need to figure out if I have another spring that I actually know what the PSI is. I want to keep it somewhere between like 8 to 10. So let me see what I have. maybe this yellow one right here, or the blue, yellow or blue. So I was gonna run one of these two small little guys right here because we're not trying to go crazy, right? But according to the tile graph, the small yellow is 2.9, 3-pound spring, and it is really, really soft. You can't see it because of the GoPro, but small red is 4.3, and that's this guy here. Soft. The next thing that I have here is small blue and small green. So small green, this guy here, is 5.8 pounds. Definitely a little bit stiffer than the 3. And the next one up from that is Herb. Yo.
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Hey, I said...
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
What's up?
Yeah, hey, I swung by my place, and we're over here at the quesadilla truck again. Do you want Mexican or the pizza, or do you want tacos?
Do I want pizza or do I want tacos?
Yeah, the quesadilla pizza, or do you want tacos?
What are you guys getting?
Probably, we're thinking about getting the pizza like last time, and then, you know, yeah, shit. Run it back, you know?
Shh, bro, run it back then, bro, because y'all brought both the last time anyways.
That's true, we did. That's true. Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter what I tell you guys, you're going to end up getting tacos anyways. No mommies.
All right, we'll be swinging over your place in a little bit then.
Okay, yeah, I'm in the garage. I got a hell of shit out.
Got you, all right, no worries, bro.
All right, for sure, for sure.
All right, bye.
Deuce. It's became a normal things for our Sundays, man. Quesadilla, tacos, or pizza, and just hanging back with the wagon homies. Except Herb sold his wagon. With the car homies. Anyways, the next one is the small blue, and it is a 7.2 pound spring. This is small blue. You can see the paint that's on it. It's blue. Now you may think, okay, how's this a small blue if that's a small yellow? Now let me show you the big blue. Big blue is this hunk of junk right here. You see this thing? Big blue versus small blue. And big blue is actually 13 pounds, and we're not trying to go 13 pounds. And it looks like the closest one that I have to my goal of 8 to 10 is the small blue, and we're gonna be rocking that. Now what we had in here before was, I want to say was this guy, but this is probably some cheapo because there is no color on it, and I don't know what's in it. So I'm gonna be rocking this blue right here, hoping to make that 7.2 7.5 pounds, and we're gonna go ahead and just put all these guys away so we can secure our gate and throw this thing back into the car. Not gonna lie to you guys, I start panicking when I don't have my razor blade in my pocket, and the last time I had it was in this car when I took it to the ham meet. So I'm crossing fingers that it is between my seat. Huh, that's probably where my other marker went, because I have one here. Oh, yeah, man, you guys know me. If I don't have this with me, start losing my hair. Don't forget your firing ring, which is also called the valve seat. This is what seals the valve from leaking. Boost. Make sure we're not touching the traction bar, the return line, or the turbo manifold, and we're looking good. I'm gonna install this boost line in the correct spot, which is at the bottom of the wastegate and not the top. The top's gonna stay open. As I was tightening that down, I noticed that there's coolant leak right here, and it's coming from the radiator. So before I put the whole front end back in, I'm gonna have to figure out where this thing is leaking from. I know there's a lot of like excess coolant from when I was bleeding this thing out the other day, but I hope it's not the radiator, because I don't have a welding machine to fix it if it was. I was over here trying to figure out where the coolant leak was coming from, right? I was literally freaking brake cleaning this whole entire thing, wiping it dry. I sat underneath and couldn't figure out where it was coming from after cleaning it. And then this guy shows up and he goes, squeeze the hose. Look at that. Squeeze the hose. And it's pissing right there. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a squirter. So it looks like I'm gonna have to drain the coolant back out and then get this all nice and cleaned up and dried up. And because I don't have a welding machine and you typically don't weld that anyways, we're gonna use water weld. Water weld works for anything that's water based to seal it up as long as it's dry on the back side. So I'm gonna have to do that because I don't have another radiator to replace the CSF drag one. And on top of that, these guys showed up and you already know. Pizza birria.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, you guys can have the sauce though. I'm cool off of that. I'm just throwing it out there, man. But shout out to these guys always coming by on a Sunday and always sliding through with some. You got off work early today. And he was like, taco birria, sheesh, why not? So we about to go ahead and just grab real quick and you know, we'll get back on the white CRX, sorry. I can't say giveaway because then you guys are gonna get spammed by that freaking Telegram guy. So white CRX, we're gonna get back on it in just a moment here. So funniest thing that occurred to us is that these drinks are fire, right? Tell me why this guy got a purple straw. He has a purple freaking wagon. This guy's got an orange straw because he has a freaking orange Honda Element. And then they got me green, not knowing that I was wearing freaking green today. Like, what? That's crazy, bro. Life. But pizza birria, fire as F, bro. So I'm gonna chew it up a little bit more and maybe we'll go drive in your car because you guys haven't seen the car since he put the muffler on and it sounds really good. I don't know what that is, but it sounds really good. There is a little drain plug on the bottom of this radiator, which is what I'm reaching to remove. And it's like a long bolt because it's taking, oh shoot, no. Okay, I guess not. You guys know me, man. I hate making a mess on the floor, but it is what it is. In the meantime of draining that coolant, let's go here at Eastside's Element. So the last time you guys saw this Element on the channel, we did the catch can installation and the car went home. So while the car was gone, he did get a full 3-inch exhaust system. This is a Borla Pro, I think, and straight pipe 3-inch, no resonator. Show you guys that right there, all the way to the front, V-band to the downpipe. And I did go with him to drop this car off at the muffler shop, but I didn't record it. I didn't record that day at all, but it was a 2 days work because of 4th of July, they weren't open, but we picked it up last week. And you've been driving it? Yeah. He's been driving it, and it sounded really good when he pulled up, so let's go ahead and see how it sounds like. Again, I am going to do a full video on this, like the whole shebang of the turbo kit installation, exhaust, walk around, all of that. Just for right now, I'm gonna show you guys how this thing sounds like. Ooh. Ooh, it sounds good. Ooh. Okay, give me some blip on that real quick. The car is warmed up because he was driving it all day today. Oh yeah, it still has 2-step. Hey, hit it real quick. Yeah, dude, it sounds freaking awesome from right here. You can barely hear it. And obviously in higher RPM, it does give you off a little deep tone, but yeah, it sounds good. It's not that open header no more. The one thing I'm sad about is you don't really hear the turbo as much anymore. So let's see if we can hear the T51R mod underneath the hood. I know I seen a comment where they were like, oh, you're just gonna finish the car and then set it off on its way, no dyno tube, no tracking or anything like that. There's still a few more things we need to do with this car, and then I'm gonna be at the dyno with him to see what it does and give you guys the whole shebang. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Eastside said, go ahead and take it for a drive. Shit, you ain't gotta ask me twice. So we about to go take this thing on a quick little cruise. Gonna check the AFR a little bit. Ah, this guy's like 7 feet tall, so I gotta, you know. Yeah, I'm a little shorter than this guy, so I gotta move that seat all the way forward. But action stage 5 clutch. This thing comes right off the floor. Herb, have you been in a turbo Honda before?
I have, but not in a turbo element.
Okay. Keep an eye on the AFR a little bit here. This is mapped by your boy Nomis. Oh, my boy, this thing's got a mind of its own.
I fucking
dude.
felt that drift right
God
there.
dang. Okay, the AFR was looking pretty decent. I didn't really full stab it, but it was like getting into the 11.9, 12.1, 12.2. Yeah, it wasn't too shabby. I mean, I didn't full stab it like I said, but AFR was starting to creep into the 11s until I let off because the car literally has a mind of its own. If you guys don't know, man, SI has a wagon as well too. His car was actually on the channel a little while ago. The car makes 550 B series all-wheel drive. Wow, like after a certain RPM, the car just wants to go.
Yeah, the feeling the lift is freaking awesome.
11.2. I saw 11.2, 11.3 on the gauge. Watch. After a certain part, it picks up. Oh, I'm only doing first gear because I don't want to stab it in a second. It's hard to keep an eye when this thing has a mind of its own. That's crazy.
Can't even see it.
Okay, just stand right there. So the coolant is fully drained out and the pinch is literally right here. This is where the pinch is at. This radiator came from the homie's EK Turbo B series, and he had upgraded to a Speed Factory full-size tuck radiator, and this was actually smushed in because it was so close to his charge pipe, but didn't realize that this rub actually went all the way through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just cut the fins out of the way. Now a lot of you guys are probably going to chop me up for bending these fins, but I'm moving these fins out of the way so I can have more space to put putty on it, water weld putty from JB Weld, and kind of allows me to like squeeze it all in there. So I'm gonna cut down like maybe 4 or 5 fins like that, not fully. And then I already brake cleaned the surface so that way we don't have any coolant kind of like preventing the water weld from fully sealing, right? And I was going to pinch this. I might pinch it with a needle nose, but let me see, maybe I'll do that. Where's my needle nose? My potatoes, potato, needle nose. Just gonna pinch it a little bit.
They got my boy.
My boy, POP, legally blind. So I'm gonna pinch it a little bit like that. It looks terrible, guys, but another radiator like this is expensive and I cannot fit it a half core, so you gots to do what you gots to do. This right here, JB Weld water weld. I've used this before, works great for road trips just in case any mishaps. And you pretty much just take a piece of this, mix it together, and then you just glob it on wherever it is you're trying to repair. You can see I cut off a piece right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and mix this up right here. This is actually more than enough for the surface area we're gonna repair. But it's always nice to have more than to run out, right? Once you get this all nice and mixed up and one solid color, it's pretty much ready to go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit on the area where the hole is at. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to squeeze it into the hole. Squeeze it into the hole. Once I feel like I squeezed enough in there, then I'm gonna go ahead and glob the rest of it on. We're just gonna let that set for a little bit and pray that it don't leak. All right, guys, let's get back to this radiator. So this little water weld, pretty hardened on there, and I think I'm ready to fill it up and hope that we don't leak here anymore. So we have coolant in the system, and last time when we squeezed the hose, it was pissing out right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze the hose, and I am not seeing anything come out of there and no leaks down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank the car over and warm this thing up so we can bleed the coolant system out. Okay guys, so we had the car idling for about 25-30 minutes on the jack stand. Heater's on, heater's nice and warm, top bottom hose is on, and the fan has been cycling over and over again, and then I triggered it on to be on the whole time, and we are pretty much ready to button this thing back up because we are not leaking anymore, and I'm pretty stoked about that. So let's go ahead and cap that off and put the intercooler back on. Bumper back on the ground it goes. Wow, engine bay looks so good. So good. First time I seen this thing shine in a long time. After it got powder coated, it went on and just got super dusty. But man, the engine bay is looking good. The paint still looking far. But yeah, I really want to start buttoning this thing up. Even if I don't get to the alignment or the tune anytime soon, I can always cut and polish the driver's side so we can start putting all the trims and everything back onto the car. The passenger side is already done, but I do still need to do stage 3 polish, and I can do that around the trims and everything. It's already polished with the stage 1, so it shines really nicely except all the dirt that's on the car. I really want to clean the engine bay before I get to the body, and hopefully we'll get to that soon. I am so freaking filthy right now. You can see all of this all these grease and stuff all over my freaking hands because I was actually pressure washing a transmission I picked up today. Let me show you guys really quickly. My buddy Brian hit me up this morning and said there's this DA with an optional lip kit in the junkyard, and he was like, yo, you trying to go? And I'm like, I really don't want to go because it is kind of far. But he was like, you know, it has an optional lift kit on it, and it is worth a lot of money. So I was like, all right, well, is the car a manual trans? And he goes, yes, it is. I'm like, all right, cool. Roll out of bed, and we headed straight to the junkyard. Now, the car was nitpick clean, except I was like, man, I'm really wanting that transmission, and it is still there. Somebody else told me when we were in the parking lot that the transmission didn't really shift, and then we got to the car where the homie Kenny was actually underneath the car, and he pulled the linkage off, shifted the trans, and it felt great. So because it felt great, we decided to just pull it out and buy it. So now we finally have an LS cable transmission that I've been wanting for quite some time to mate up with this engine right here on the stand, and I pressure washed it. That explains all of the grease and everything all over my hands. Now, I didn't record the junkyard run. We literally saw the car on the listing. We took off. We went straight to the car. It was already stripped. We grabbed what we needed and we took off. Also, thank you, Brian, for the Oreo shake. We got to finish the H2B CRX. We bled the cooling system. We don't have any more leaks. That's freaking awesome. We got the intercooler, the bumper back on, and we also washed the area that the car currently sits at, as well as the engine bay. And I kind of did the front end a little bit too. The bumper was already off. I washed that. I washed the fenders, the wheels as well too, because it was super dusty. But the H2B CRX is kind of on the verge of getting finished up, because I know you guys been kind of chopping me up in the comment section, and I read them. I do read them. But you guys gotta understand, man, I'm working on this car at my pace, and we're slowly getting back to it. The other night I was making a list on my computer trying to figure out what all it is that I need other than what I've already mentioned. Now, the car is all-wheel drive, H23 H2B all-wheel drive turbo, and the whole rear end, shout out to S1 built for the rear end, for the all-wheel drive components. All of the rear end stuff has been installed. The axles, the differential, the diff mount, all of that has been already installed, and I need to get the 1310 flange upgrade kit for the Freelander drive shaft so we can install the rear shaft and then mount the Vistas coupler into place, and then we can figure out a front shaft. I need to do that first before I can build the exhaust system, which I think this time around I'm going to keep it very subtle. Subtle means 2.5 exhaust system, which is going to keep the car nice and quiet, but there's going to be a cutout for a 3-inch. So it's going to be a 3-inch downpipe to a wide 3-inch dump, and then 2.5 for the back for your regular driving. Now, this may be different if you're not in Cali. Whoever gets the car, then you can always upgrade it to a full 3, or even pipes out the hood, or even open downpipe if you prefer. But kind of putting the list together of every big thing that I'm gonna need, so I gotta start making purchases so we can further make progress with the car to finishing it up. I am gonna wrap up the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the little update on the H2B all-wheel drive turbo CRX build, and if you guys did, man, be sure to leave a thumbs up. If you want to stick around for more H2B content, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you guys want to stick around for more content, man, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.